am Christina Price, and I go to Horry Georgetown Technical College, and I am in a Human Services program. This is a video assessment for, what am I doing? Oh, it's my helping style, my natural helping style. And this is my client, Kayla, and her baby, Juliana. And we are going to do a mock counseling session. So we're going to start off by saying, I am a student, and I cannot offer any form of legal confidentiality. However, anything you say to me in this practice session will remain confidential, except for certain exceptions that state law requires me to report. Even as a student, I must report a serious issue of harm to yourself, indications of child abuse or neglect, or other conditions as required by the state of South Carolina. We will be audio and video recording this session. At any time, you can tell me to stop the video if you feel uncomfortable. Just let me know and I'll stop it. I am an inexperienced counselor. I cannot do any formal counseling. It's a practice session to help me learn helping skills for my later profession. Do you have any questions?
No.
So we can go ahead and you can tell me why you're here today.
I am here today. I'm having a interpersonal conflict with my mother-in-law. My oldest daughter, who's 10, lives with him. She's lived with him since she was a baby. And currently we're trying to have her come into our home more to try and transition her to living with us again. We tried it last year and it didn't work. Due in part to my mother-in-law bribing her to come back, and manipulating her into coming back. And we're trying to get her to come, but anytime I ask to have her, there's always an excuse of something that's going on. She's busy, or they're busy, or she's got this, or she's got that. Or I just don't get an answer. I'm trying to plan her birthday weekend that's coming up in a few months, and I asked what would be a good weekend, and I was told, well, I'm not sure, because I don't know what her dance schedule looks like. So it's been very difficult to transition her back to us, with my mother-in-law making it so hard for us to have her, except for when she wants to go do something like go to the bar for football Sunday. Then she's all about us having her.
I understand. Mm-hmm. Now, how does your husband feel about all this?
Well, it's his mother, so he doesn't think that anything's wrong. He's okay with the situation. He says that, well, we don't really have the room anyway. Even though I feel like as her mother, I would make room. I would find room. We have 3 additional children. And we would just make it work. But, he says, well, it's my mother and I'm not getting in the middle of the two of you fighting.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So have you two had conflict about this topic for quite some time now?
Yes, quite some time, years. It's caused a conflict in my marriage. It's not only causing a conflict between my mother-in-law and myself, but also between my husband and I as well. So the whole situation has caused a lot of conflict, because it's causing my husband and I to fight as well over it, because I would like our daughter to live with us and our other children so we can all be one family unit, and he doesn't see a problem with her staying there.
Okay. And you have had a meeting maybe with your mother-in-law and your husband to discuss what's her name, Riley,
Mm-hmm.
coming to stay with you for even a temporary time?
We've talked about it, and it's my mother-in-law says, well, that's not what she wants. That's not what she wants. But then Riley says that is what she wants.
It seems all very confusing, and I understand that the frustration with this kind of family matter. You don't want to upset one person, but you also, want what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand how you feel about that. What do you think would be a good solution?
Well, I think that we should just bring her to live with us. I don't feel like there should have to be a transition period. She's our child. She does stay with us whenever she's able to, and they all see each other as siblings, and they get along and disagree as such. And I don't feel like there needs to be a transition period, and that she just needs to come live with us. But neither one of them is willing to make that happen.
Was it discussed that there needed to be a transition period?
It was never discussed. It was just kind of implied, and they, it just kind of was. They never came out and said that there needed to be a transition period. That's just kind of how it's naturally progressed.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need to get together with the family and discuss your feelings on the topic, and maybe in a safer area to where it's, there is no judgment, there is no yelling and screaming, that we can get together and try to figure out the whole problem. And maybe if it does, maybe they do need a transition time. And I understand that after 10 years you're ready for your daughter back.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite possible that we can come to a better arrangement that would make everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that you're very impatient. You want it now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I understand that. But it's, time and effort. I know that, I see that no matter what it is, that you'll go ahead and do whatever needs to be done to get your daughter back. And I feel how it's almost impatience. But I understand.
Well, when we tried it last year, it was going pretty well. The agreement was she would be with us during the week, and she also models, and they do all of her modeling stuff. So, and then she would go and spend the weekends with them, which was fine. She would also stay home some weekends if she didn't have modeling to do, and we had stuff to do, and that worked out very well. And then it started slowly becoming, I want to say one extra night. Grandma wants to do something tonight. I want to say one extra night. Oh, another extra night. Oh, a couple extra nights. And then it got to where she was there more than with us. She never really got the chance to go from being an only child to being in a home where there's other children. She's not having all of the attention focused on her all the time. And she never really got that time to completely and fully adjust. And then when she would go over there, it was out to dinner and let's go to the store and buy stuff. Very much buying her love and buying her to come back to them.
Well, has there been an issue with your other children and Riley? Other than, I guess, normal sibling conflict? Are they willing to have her come into the house and kind of adjust to the schedule of everyone and having a big sister there with them? Have you discussed it with the children?
Oh, absolutely. They love having her there. They want her there. When she ended up going back to her grandparents permanently, they were very upset. They wanted her to stay. They didn't want her to go back. They wanted her to continue to be with us. So yes, they very much want her there.
And how old are your other children?
7, 5, and then the baby.
Hi. I can see the frustration that you would have, and if it's possible, I would like to see all of you, and maybe get just a feel of how everybody feels about the situation. Just see what the emotions are, and as you guys are discussing things, and maybe be a mediator for what is going on between you guys. It seems like maybe that you feel like you can't say certain things, and I mean I get it. It's your mother-in-law, and everybody's had a mother-in-law, most everybody, but I feel like it would be beneficial to maybe just discuss it and have a counseling session with everybody, and
I would be open to it. I would have to see if the others involved would be open to it. My husband might be. My mother-in-law probably wouldn't be as open to it as we would be. But I could discuss it with her and see if everybody would be. But I would be open to that, and I think that would be very helpful.
Do you have Hi. Do you have any other outlet other than today's session to just release the tension that you have for not having your daughter there? Have you ever tried maybe writing it down or discussing it with your husband over with an extended period?
I can't discuss it with him. He gets very upset, and it always turns into an argument when we try to talk about it. I'll talk about it with my mom, and I've never tried writing it down. That would probably be helpful for me to get it out. But other than that, that's just talking to my mom, really, and a couple of friends are the only outlets of expressing the frustration.
Well, I think that it would be a good idea to maybe, if you would, from after our session today until the next time I see you, just write down every time that you have an issue. Write down any time that you feel like you need to get something out. Mm-hmm. It could be about the situation with Riley. It could just be about, your kids or anything else. Mm-hmm. Just put down how you feel in a book or a piece of paper or something, and try to get it to where you get everything off your chest. And write it down, and the next time we meet with each other, we can actually discuss the different types of things that you wrote about if you would like.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes it's a lot easier to write things down, or to even remember it, or just, to get it out. It's for something that you couldn't normally say to a significant other or your mother, that it would be easier for you to express yourself. So I think we had, it's okay. I feel like we had a good talk.
Yes.
And is there anything else you want to tell me about?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think it was a good session.
Good session.